think they can see him.
Oh, I just look awkwardly just trying to. Okay.
All right, big guy.
All right. So. Okay. So. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So. Should be live.
There, I just made it live.
Okay.
Posted. See if it's there. It
I
goes.
want to see how it sounds though.
Let's turn it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mike. The mic is good.
Mic is good.
Okay.
We almost need to.
Turn it. Do you want to turn it?
I'll turn the phone.
Because God forbid me do this again. So. Hold on. It's catching up. A little bit more. Yep. A little more the same way. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, okay. So you don't have to put it up on there. We'll just read it from here. It says yes, because I need you to use your phone whenever we.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Can you take a picture of this so I can post this for my buddy Patrick? And I just need you to send it to me. Oh, Coop is getting some time. Look at him. So today, the podcast is sponsored by my buddy Patrick at the gym. He made some beef jerky, and the label says smoked vegan-friendly beef jerky. So, shout out Patrick.
They're vegan. They're vegan cows. They're all grass fed.
Yeah. So, okay. So I told Adam I had a good. Let me pull up your Facebook because I'm going to search for you. I had a very good thing I wanted to do with Adam today, where I wanted to share something with him, where he's going to get a raw, organic review, and I just wanted to see what your take was on this.
Who's it a review of?
Oh, it's something somebody posted. We're not gonna say any names. And I don't even want you to read it out loud. I just want you to read it because I want you to. I just want to see.
Read it in my head, not out loud.
Yes.
That would have been good to know earlier. Okay.
Yes. Man, you know what?
Just search.
Hold on. So while I look for this, you can entertain people with your auction that you had this week.
Yeah. Yeah. So we what was it Monday? Sunday evening. We closed out. What's it called? Champion Tone Fitness was a full-fledged CrossFit gym in Murfreesboro. The gentleman that owned it died. So we went in there, basically an estate sale of the entire gym, which was it was different. It was pretty cool. We closed it out Sunday night. I think we got done about 8-ish, 7:30, something like that, 8-ish. And then Monday we spent pickup day. Me and Cooper spent pickup day from 9 o'clock to like almost 7 o'clock.
So
moving gym equipment around.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to die.
That is your workout.
No, that literally, dude, it smoked me, man. Like I was smoked at the end of that.
So, sorry, House says put them on blast. Say their name. Read it out
Oh,
loud.
damn.
No, we're not going to do.
I'm not doing that.
I don't want to do that.
Not doing
but,
that.
Go ahead and wrap up your story because I got this thing
Okay.
that I need you to read.
No, I was just saying it's really good. We got an estate sale, a house coming up that I think by next week I'll have actual public advertisement out for that.
Nice.
We've got let's see what else we got. We've got I'm doing a big class for everybody who's listening. If you haven't got the flyer, seen the flyer, whatever yet. So at Transformation Title, here in Sango area.
Shout out Rosemary.
Yeah, high five to Rosemary. She's actually at Byers and Harvey right now teaching a class on an app they've got, which is really cool. Anyway, so we're doing a class on the 3rd from 10 to noon about basically how to, leverage us or use us to kind of help you either with listings or to do something with some of the listings you guys are coming into or their stuff that is just, it's one of those objects that just sometimes you just don't know what to do with. So
Right.
I'm able to kind of provide a different lens to look through and different options. So that's Thursday, and then we're going to do a little bit of a live auction afterwards and kind of a demo of like how this estate sale would go down. And then Saturday, we have for everybody again for the car that's going to be there. We have the Night of the Arts, which is
Not this Saturday.
Or sorry, next Saturday. This is So the 3rd is the class.
Yeah.
The 4th, May 4th will be the Night of the Arts, and then on the 18th I have a giant. I think it's like 3. I remember right. It's like 3 barns worth of stuff in a farm.
Jesus.
We're just gonna be, dude. We're gonna be freaking selling stuff all day long. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, we got a handful of things. I got a handful of things coming up, so it's pretty.
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate. Well,
Yeah.
I'm about to get your blood boiling.
Oh God! All right,
And,
here we go.
So unlock your phone. And again, you don't have to read the real estate agent. It is a real estate agent.
So do I just?
So you're gonna read. Yes.
So just the.
You're gonna read that.
So just this right here, right?
Yes. Yep. And then you can. I mean, obviously you can look at the advertisement, but yeah, read the whole post.
Oh my God.
Okay. Anyways, so I'll give you some time.
So I guess the advertisement on here says realtors make too much money.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
So just,
dude.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just read it. And just don't read it out loud. Unless you want to. Okay.
Are there names in here?
There's no names.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
just.
So you can paraphrase. Yeah, you can read through and paraphrase it.
Well, I'll just.
Because according to this, you're mid.
Oh my God. Let's be honest. Most realtors are pretty mid. Okay. Definitely not all, but absolutely most. They're all going to be professional listing. They are all going to do professional listing pictures. That's not true. Most people I can point out 50 freaking listings online that are like above $600,000. I'll have cell phone photos. You can see them in the mirror, but whatever. Okay. Advertising the property, write some generic, oh my God, have you seen this house post? Hold an open house or two, and then have and when a contract comes in, do some light negotiation, and then you pay them 6%. I'll come back to that. That's insane. That's insane. Being a realtor is easy. It's a high stakes game for the consumer and a high reward game for the agent. I'll do all of that. Stage your property. You'll have access to my brokerage's renovation fund, and I only charge you 2% total. That's not just 2 to me, and then another 2. I'm not even gonna read any more of this because it's like.
I know you would get a kick, because so when I saw that, I'm like, the fact. Did you screenshot that? The fact, because I know what's going on in your head, and the
There's
fact
a lot right now.
The fact that when I was, because I shot it out to a couple of agents, because it was shot to me, so I shot it out to a couple of other agents, and I'm like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna let Adam read this live on this podcast, because I was like, it's the fact that. It's like a jab, man, and to your own peeps, and it's like,
well, but it's wrong.
Yeah,
it's actually wrong. How do I want to get into this? Look, so God, I don't even know where to start. It's
He's like, I MMI'd her numbers. Because he was talking to me when I was telling him about it, and I was like, "Hey, what's your thoughts on this?" And he looked her up, and he was like,
okay. Wait. All right.
nah.
All right. I'm gonna leave that one alone. All right. So I'm gonna leave that side alone. Okay. So let's get. It's kind of. So I had a conversation with some agents. Well, yesterday actually, as a matter of fact.
Process it. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to not like blast anybody. It's so the issue is this, right? So even if we kind of step into the world of this lawsuit thing a little bit, right? Like that post is the exact issue that we're having this. Well, not to mention that so that agent, that person is not a principal broker, an owner of a brokerage. Okay?
Correct.
We're going to start there.
Okay.
So that agent is not allowed to discuss.
Obviously, unless this agent has cleared it with their broker.
But no, but she still can't.
Oh, she can't.
You cannot legally sit there and put out numbers that you're going to do for like you cannot do that. That's the entire concept that we're like. It's not necessarily a price fixing thing, but it's where you're not allowed to discuss it. You can't. You and I, if we were both agents in the same brokerage, legally cannot discuss commissions on a property with each other.
Huh.
Legally, you cannot. It's not legal. And then here's the thing. When it comes down to, and this is where everybody gets confused, and I'm going to get a little spicy.
Well, Carmen says I can't. It can't be on MLS only.
No, you can't talk about it. Period.
You can only discuss your side.
Boom.
Your side.
He's correct.
Yeah.
You cannot. You can only do. And so here's the thing, right? And this is how I had to break it down to the agents the other day or yesterday was. So everybody gets this wrong, and I say everybody because, and I mean like literally almost everybody gets this wrong because they forget a few steps. They're doing things impliedly, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like it's just kind of implied, but you really have to understand how it works. So like with the lawsuit concept, they're talking about commissions, right? Oh, we get paid too much, or whatever. Okay. Here's the thing.
He's like, I know I am. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. You're welcome. So here's the thing though is. Who is I'll back up a little farther. The deal is between the seller. Here's the seller. The agreement is between the seller and the brokerage.
Right.
Legally speaking, does an affiliate agent exist? No, it doesn't. The principal broker is by definition the brokerage.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The agreement is between the seller and the brokerage.
Right.
So here's the thing. Even if you say, oh, I'm going to quote unquote charge you this, or we're only going to do that, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It's just like the lawsuit's freaking stupid anyways, because here's the thing. They're like, well, I don't want to pay the sellers or I don't want to pay the buyers anything,
Right.
You're not. You're agreed to pay the brokerage.
Right. Not the physical agent.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then again, working through this again, how are you sit there and going to say that, oh, I'm only going to do this?
Well, so.
But you can't do that.
Well, but here's kind of like the thing that is kind of like honestly the direction I think you're going to start seeing, because like again, like posts like that. Okay. So we're going to kind of start back from like square one, right? So typically, and I was explaining this to my coach, how like when you have buyers, you kind of have two kind of buyers. You got one who's just like, let me talk to an agent. Cool. Whoever you recommend, I'll use for lending wise, whatever. Cool. I'll use that, rock and roll. Gone. Right. Or people like to do their due diligence. They want to shop around. They start Googling things. They pick lenders, and then they call lender by lender by lender to figure out who am I getting the best deal from. They don't necessarily care about the service aspect. Some do. Most don't. Like if that's what they're doing, they just want to find the best deal, and they're going to shop. So with agents, you don't, I mean, I know what happens. You just don't see it as much. But because of posts like that, yeah, dude, like 100%, you're going to see it a lot more, because you're going to see a lot more people shopping for agents to list their house, because now they're like, oh, well, you're telling me that end of all time, that it's always been 6% was the understood. Okay,
but see, I disagree with that statement on itself.
But what I'm saying is like it's the 6% is for buyer's agent, selling agent, right?
Well, no, but what I'm getting at is even by that statement alone, that's a misrepresentation. So because they're saying that it's 6% is the thing, that's never even been a thing.
Well,
it is. I wouldn't even say it's the norm. It's where the discussion has generally started. It's a negotiation. NAR has never once that anybody can remember in 100 years, literally, has ever fixed a price. That's illegal. It's a federal law. You cannot do that. But, and then with people being like, oh, well, you're going to charge me $6. Okay, well then let's have this conversation. Like, what do you think it's worth? And let me explain to you what my value is of why.
But that's what I'm saying is like where you're probably going to start seeing a little bit more of a prying into, right? So like, let's just say you get just a random call, right? Totally random. Hey, I was recommended because so-and-so used you. I've already talked to 2 other agents. What are you going to charge me to list my house? Right. But I think genuinely, like right now, like even before then, right? Even before this whole thing went down, was that even really a question that a lot of people had? Right.
Yeah, it's been the same question,
right?
And so I've won more listings than I can remember that were in multiple, or they were interviewing multiple agents.
Multiple agents. Yeah. But what I'm saying is like I think it's going to come down to when stuff like that is published and agents like that publish that. That's what's going to be the influence, because the power of social media, unfortunately, is the ring of this whole thing. You got to understand that though. Because it's equivalent to somebody posting saying it's the same thing from the lending side, man. It's the same exact thing. Oh, hey, VA buyers, we don't have any origination charges. That's awesome, and I hope you don't. Right? No, but to be fair, it's a situational base, because you're telling me even like at a 550 credit score,
it went away.
Like a 550 credit score.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any sort of fees. Like, I mean, cool. If you don't, that's awesome. Like, you're probably a very tiny piece of lenders, but most of them are going to have fees. You looking for that post?
Yeah.
Oh, House says it's misleading. 6 was an industry standard. Everyone thinks 6 is a solid number. 3 and 3. That's not a set price.
And I don't. I mean, and I hate using the term industry standard, right? Because that does kind of imply that it was a. But all that means, all that being said, right, is that was the general starting point for the negotiation. I can name 10 realtors off the top of my head that don't do anything less than 7 or 8%.
Right. Oh, I know that.
And I don't mean that to throw their numbers, and I would never say their names, but because they offer and do different things.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, again, you can't. It's not. Man, it's so annoying because that's why we're having such the issue right now, is because they're like, oh, it's this and that, but it's not. It's a negotiation.
It's just like
that's really good.
I know Patrick killed it on this one. So there's an agent. Again, I don't like to use names, but
yeah.
But there's an agent. She even says, "I'll give you what you want from me is what I'm going to charge for you, right? If you just want you want the cheapest. Yeah. Said I'll put a sign in your yard for sale. That's it, and it's this percentage.
But I've had the same conversation.
Right, and it's this percentage. Yeah. Or you want my all-out open house and all that, then you're gonna have to pay this.
You want me available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for these whatever times, and this is what you're gonna pay for.
Right. But what I'm saying though is I think you're gonna start seeing a lot more pushback from people like that because, again, because of social media and because of stuff like that. Because they're gonna see it. I mean, it's not like they're not out there now. I mean, there's an agent in town who says, "I'll list your house for $500 flat."
Oh God.
Right. So it's not like it's not been around. I just think it's going to be more. It's definitely going to be more of a talk for sure, and I truthfully think, like, as scoop, as the year goes on, this gets pushed out a little bit more and things like that, you're probably going to start seeing a lot more questions asked. Just like when people ask, the administration, okay, the Biden administration had a speech about the whole NAR thing, and they talked about how lenders have, it's called junk fees, and I'm like, what do you consider a junk fee, man? Like, what do you mean? It's like, it's unnecessary fees that are being charged, but I was like, yeah, I understand there's some lender, like, that's been all of all, but like, it's not like, it's not like
but they're not all the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's not all the same because everybody's situation's different, and like, and I really wish people would understand that, but unfortunately,
it's just like, so I don't mean to cut you off, but it's just conversation we have a lot, right? So if you got a client, or let's say we have a buyer that's got a lower credit score, right?
Yeah.
Than what the average is, or what's kind of needed, I guess you could say, to get the prime rate or the stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jamie Wilbanks is on. She's actually watching. She says, she's like, snack time. And and you can continue, but Hal says agents like that also discount her value as an agent. The post says she is the best, but she has no problem cheapening her value. Stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
was like, all you did was devalue yourself.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. It's 100% devaluing yourself. That's like, never mind. But here, hold on. So the thing is this, right? So you got a client who's got a lower credit score than what maybe is needed to get the good rate, the good all these other things.
Right.
So you can call them junk fees all you want, right? But the bank's going to tell you to put some skin in the game. So if you don't have the credit score to equivalate the skin in the game, if you will,
right,
they're going to charge you. Well, because you're a risk to the bank.
But yes. And so a lot of people don't understand, like, oh, well, I see we just closed this deal out. That's a super high, interest rate. I know this lender did it cheaper. But I'm like, okay. I was like, again, so I was like, did this lender lock on the exact same day I locked? Did the lender see the exact same thing that I saw? Because, I was like, do you even know this client's credit score? Because, like, I honestly, dude, I have a deal right now where the interest rate is high, but it's because their credit score is in the pooper, man. It is. But it's not saying we can't get it done.
But that's what I'm saying. I was like, it doesn't mean the junk fee may not be there, but your payments are going to be higher because you got to look at it from reality.
It's just a risk.
It's just a risk. You're a risk to the bank.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, people don't understand that. You're not borrowing, like, you are not buying the house. The bank's buying the house through you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you got to understand this.
Yeah.
It is, but back to this, God, man, you're really just breaking.
Well, because I know, man, because like that, but that's what I'm talking about, man. It's the salesy pitch that I never understood, man. I don't like salesy stuff. I don't like where people are always like, let me nickel or dime everything. Let me make it sound really good. But I'm telling you, you know what? I tell a lot of people this, man. You do that, you set yourself up for failure. And the reason why I say that is when you start doing things at a low cost and you start getting more business, you know what happens? You get too big for your britches, and then your service level starts boom, 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 boom. Because at the end of the day, like I was telling Hal, like, you can ask pretty much everybody on our side, like, from, like the people I'm closest with, right? And do a lot of business with. Dude, I don't miss close dates, man. Right? We don't miss close dates. Hiding facts and cheapening the value of all agents. Yep, that's true. Also, can we allow Adam some foreplay before going into this rabbit hole? He is lit up from the start, from the podcast. Poor guy. So, okay. Yeah, you know what? We actually have to role play in our coaching call. So, yeah, you know what? Let's role play.
Okay.
I'm going to be a seller.
Okay.
Oh, and it's not going to be like, let me play possum. Oh, yeah, let me. No, I'm going to give it to you.
So, my listing or a buyer agent?
No, you are a listing agent.
Okay.
All right. So, she's got a remote. All right. Bring.
What you got? Oh, ring, ring. Oh,
Yep.
hello.
Hey, is this Adam Davis?
This is.
Hey, Adam, I got your number from my buddy, man. You listed his home a couple years ago. I'm looking to sell my home, man. I'm looking to move, but currently I am interviewing a handful of agents. I just want to see what's going to give me the best deal because I've already had a couple of quotes from some other agents, so figured I'd give you a call.
Awesome. I appreciate the phone call. There's really no way I can give you any kind of quote of anything over the phone. Just talking to you, I don't know what your house is. I don't know
Sure.
where it is. I don't know condition. I don't know. And to be honest, like getting into kind of what's your goal here, and what I mean by that is why are we moving, right? So
Right.
what's the end state? What's the timeline? What's the market doing? Is a really big that's a really big puzzle piece. Is really kind of figure out because do we list it today? Do we list it a month from now? Do we,
Right.
Well,
Well, time frame's not a big thing for me. This is more of a luxury move than anything. I'm literally just trying.
a luxury move.
It's a luxury move,
What define that?
meaning I do not have to sell.
Okay.
I'm just purely moving just to move.
So do you need the proceeds to move?
No, not the
So
proceeds.
let's not sell it. Let's get it rented.
Well, no, because I'd still like to sell and put this money towards an investment that I have. So that's why I'm trying to find the best deal so I can save as much, so I can throw as much towards my investments as I can. So I'm just curious, what would you charge me to list my house? My house is out in Sango. I know it's probably worth about $430 to $450 at probably most. If you can get me more, that's awesome, but there's no way my house is going to be below that.
Honestly, again, I wouldn't be comfortable over the phone. I'd have to get in front of you, and we'd have to kind of walk through the house and kind of figure out what everything looks like for you.
Okay. So you can't give me what you would charge me? Because I've already had one agent said they were going to do it for 2.5%, because the others were saying 3%. The one agent said 6%, which I thought was insane. Because I know now I don't have to pay the buyer's agent's commission. So I'm just curious, like, what would you charge in that aspect?
The fact that you said you don't have to pay the buyer's agent is a pretty big misconception, right? So just to kind of clear the air with this, so I know that you're probably getting that from between social media, news outlets, and everything else. None of that's even legitly official, and two, nothing's changed in Tennessee at all. Like, we still have the same documents, we still have all the same procedures, everything. Now, if you were not willing to pay or offer, have the brokers, our brokers offer a compensation to a buyer's agent, I don't really know how well your house is going to sell, because if you don't, your neighbor will, and they'll go buy it from your neighbor. I mean, it's your decision on how you want to play this out. My biggest thing is I don't like to focus on so much what you want to quote unquote pay me. It's what services do you want me to provide for you.
Sure. Well, the thing is like I had one agent said they would stage the home, do open houses, obviously plaster it on social media, and that was going to be at a 2.5%. And I didn't know if that was something that you would be comfortable with sharing, or, I'm just really just trying to figure out who's going to be the best fit for me.
I mean, if that's what you want to do and that's how you're going to go about it, I mean, that's going to be it. I don't know if I can necessarily do that again without actually being there and seeing the house.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Just let me know if you decide you want to set up a meeting or something.
Well, let's set up a meeting. When are you free?
Tomorrow.
What time?
4:00.
4:00. Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, man. Yeah, text me your address and or actually, what's your address? I'll write it down right now, and I'll see you tomorrow.
1, 2, 3 D's nuts.
D's nuts. D's nuts lane.
No,
right.
But that's kind of the same concept. Is, obviously when people, but see, this is why you and I are built the same, because when people call and ask for rates, I was like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know your situation. Oh, well, I'm a 720 credit score.
Cool.
Okay. Where'd you get that from? Oh, awesome. Okay. Are you putting any money down? No. Okay. Well, where are you looking at? And there's just so many factors, and,
You want to stage my house? I don't know. Are your floors jacked up? Are they sticky? Or is it a messy? Is your yard tore up? Do you have junk car? Like,
Right.
There's so many. There's so many variables, man.
So Carmen said, "I would like credit for sharing this post and getting excited about Adam getting fired."
Everybody's trying to get me lit up.
And then Hal says, "Adam, aside from the not knowing anything about my house, how many houses have you sold, and what will I be expecting regarding timeline and services?"
Ooh, how many have I sold? Dude, I don't even. I'd have to go back and look at all my stuff. I mean, a lot. But the services are all going to be they're all going to be broken down to what you really want. Again, it's all scenario based because if they've got time and they just want to either kind of see what's going on kind of thing, I'm going to approach that differently than somebody who's going to be like, we need to be out of this house next month.
Right.
I mean, and I have no problem either paying for advertisement stuff, pushing things, open houses. Like I have no problem doing any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it has to I call it an equation, right, or a recipe. Like it's all gotta equal out to the same and work for what the client's needs are. Again, if they just want to list it, but they're not really looking at moving out. So I got a listing coming up, for example, that they don't really want to move out for like 3.5, 4 months.
Okay.
But they were adamant they wanted it to go up. And we talked about it, and we've been talking for a month and a half now, and I was like, I really think we should list it here in the next couple of weeks, from now, is what the original conversation was. I was like, because of where the market's going to be.
Yeah.
I was like, it should start picking up a little bit. It'd be a good time to just kind of start pushing that.
Right.
It's a higher in-house, so it's already going to sit for a minute.
Yeah.
So if we kind of do backwards math of when they want to be closing, I think now is a good time to actually start listing it.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to the marketing and everything else. And I wanted enough time to where, and it's a really nice house. So I'm getting a whole video walkthrough done. I'm getting a whole like experience package, if you will, done on this house.
Yeah.
That we can actually use for the marketing of the place.
Right.
Versus just, hey, I've got a normal house in a normal subdivision and I got to get out of here in a month. You know what I mean? So So my approach on that's going to be...
It's going to be different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
So I know that's like... it's a vague answer, and I know that. I just... It's hard to really, pinpoint exactly how...
Yeah.
So
how... So, last question. What makes you... I'm not going to reply back. What makes you better than a...
Stephanie Tars.
So
but no, I think honestly for me, I do have a very I have a pretty good reputation in town, and to be honest, like I'm just blunt and I'm honest, and I don't try to fluff things. I don't try to make up numbers. I don't try to do any of that. When I come to a listing, especially if it's what I'm kind of fighting for, because I've got other agents. I just come with meat and potatoes, and I try to leave everything. I try to air everything towards education on the seller.
Right. Well, but see, it's the same concept, dude. It's the same thing with people. Again, same thing with like rate shoppers, man. Like I tell everybody, I may not have the cheapest rate. Like somebody can always have a better rate than me. Somebody can always have better cost than me. That's fine. But I was like, like no matter what you say, there's always somebody who can beat me. Right? It's a given. It's an absolute given. It's just I tell them, what's most important to you. I was like, I have a good reputation of closing on time. I don't miss close dates, and the level of communication. So I was like, if you don't necessarily care, if you're loosey goosey and closing on time is not like super important, or you're not worried about it, or the communication / customer service skills is not big important to you, then maybe I'm not a fit. And I've told plenty of people that.
Yeah.
I was like, if you're strictly looking for this, then I may not be it. Here's where I'm at, but obviously I may get beat, and that's fine. And if you need to rock and roll with another lender, you can.
No, it's the conversations the same.
Yeah.
And you've heard me talk to, thousands of people literally at this point that it's, I guess the best way to put it is if you're just looking for a number out the door,
yeah,
I can see what I can do to try to make that work for you.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm not gonna work for free.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's honestly where it comes down to. It's no different. It is literally no different than if I was working a normal job And my boss is like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna have to. I need you to put 40 hours extra work in this week on top of my 40-hour work week." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "You gonna pay me, right?" And he's like, "Oh no. Matter of fact, I'm only gonna pay you 3/4 of what you would have made this month, anyways."
Exactly.
So time the hell out for 2 seconds. You want me to do double work and pay me a quarter less than what you were gonna pay me?
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah. See ya."
Exactly. Yeah.
How about I just do my 40 hours and you pay me normal, and then I just turn around and walk away?
Yeah.
Like it's beyond rude and disrespectful. Like I don't even understand. Like that's bonkers to me, man.
No,
like,
no.
And I get money's tight, and I get people want to make sure they get the most money for their value, and I'm not arguing that. Like 100%. But then why don't you just interview a handful of people and figure out somebody who is a good fit for you?
Yeah.
I mean, and the price of what I'm going to cost to sell a house, it's negotiable, people. It's negotiable for everybody. But the difference
give you
is,
a pack of
again,
bologna.
and I'm going to pull a statement that I've heard since the day when I was in this freaking business is, if that person can't negotiate their own money,
Yep.
how the hell are they going to do it for you? Because here's the thing. People like that aren't very contractually smart half the time anyways. So you're going to get something in there, and then the problem is you're going to have a buyer's agent on the other side, probably me, and I'm going to school everybody, and you're going to walk away not so happy because I know the contract's better than you do, and I know how this game plays better than you do, and it's not a brag thing. It's just I'm good at this, and I've been doing it for a long time. And the problem is again, I educate my buyers and I educate my sellers like there is no tomorrow.
Yep.
Because again, here's the thing, and even with that statement, one of the things that she said in that post was she was over here, or she was saying, we're going to talk about this, negotiate. They don't even negotiate. Newsflash, clown. You don't negotiate as an agent. You aren't a party to this contract.
Yeah.
The sellers do. So my job as an agent is not necessarily to negotiate for you. My job is to educate you so that you have the knowledge to that we can actually talk about different strategies
and make an informed
decision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't speak on your behalf. I can't make decisions on your behalf. That's illegal. And I'm not a part of it literally says there, and matter of fact, in the top of the second to last page of the contract, and there's a disclosure paragraph in there, and it literally says the buyer's agent, seller's agent are not a part of this contract.
Yeah.
So why are you inserting yourself into it? We're here to educate, and we're here to guide through some of these decisions and say, hey, I want to make decision A. Okay, well, here's a pro, here's a con.
Yeah.
Okay, what about decision B? Okay, well, here's a pro, here's a con.
Right.
Why don't you guys take a few, think about it, let me know what you guys want to do.
Yep.
We'll talk about it, make sure you're comfortable with it, and we'll move forward.
Yep. No, I agree.
That's what we're here for.
Yep. Crystal says hola, so Crystal's in. And then, what's up, Crystal? She's back from South Carolina. She had her birthday is this Friday. Shout out to Crystal. So, yep.
Did she drive a truck?
I think her husband CJ is picking her up in her own truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. VIP service, Hal says, bottom line, I coach my students to make sure you let your clients know that they are buying and selling the most expensive item of their lives. Will they be okay going to just anyone and paying it cheaper, less competent agent? I will make sure there is no surprise in selling and buying the house. You will be taken care of long after. You leave the closing table, think long term, and sell with integrity. Yep. And it's like, yes, educate them.
And a lot of those.
And Crystal said, "It's mine." Sorry, or your truck.
And a lot of the people too. Like you'll. I'm really fighting not saying names or anything, but there's a lot of agents and lenders out there that I know have, like, for example, pushed the THDA thing with a VA.
Yeah.
So you have a VA loan with a THDA underwritten grant, right? Fun fact, the grant is not like free money like you think a grant. It's actually a secondary mortgage. Also, fun fact, you can no longer PCS and rent that house out. Fun fact, it's you owe the money if you sell it or you sell it.
You sell
off.
or refi.
Or refi, yeah.
Yeah.
And there, some people are like, well, I'll just refi back to a whatever loan. Okay,
Cool.
well, do you have 15 grand? Well, no. Well, then you can't do that.
Yeah.
Your entitlement is still out. So it's even stuff like that. That a lot of these lenders and agents, and I don't want to say disrespectful as in like they're stupid. That's not what I'm trying to say.
But no, but
do they really even actually know
but
what they're recommending?
No, they do. They get it.
You think so?
It's just the sales part.
Oh,
but that's what I'm trying to go at is like that post that you read was predominantly a sales post.
Oh yeah.
Right. But it's the same thing. Like, that's why I really don't engage on, like, I mind my business. I will comment on a few things, but like as a whole, man, I never engage on social media. The reason why is because they wouldn't like what I say because I would call them out in a heartbeat. Like, there's so many posts that I'm looking at where, again, it's all they want to do is reel you in, right? And then once they start talking numbers to you, guess what? Your numbers are no longer valid based on what they posted, or it's not cracked up what they said. But it was, you know what it was? It was a good conversation starter. That's what.
It was a good conversation
unfortunately, but a lot of people use that as a tactic to get you in because now they think that once you engage with them, are you sharing that? Are you?
Yeah, it's on a instructor site.
I was like, holy smokes. Maybe that says exactly, Daniel.
No,
it's
no,
a slimy way to sell.
It's on an instructor site.
Yeah.
For the real estate instructors across the state.
Yeah. Oh.
So that'll I'm sure that'll spice some people up today.
But but that's why a lot of people I do business with, man, we stay loyal and we all know our worth, man. Like I very rarely stumble across some of my top agents, man, that negotiate their commission because they know their worth and they're not salesy. It's like, yo, bro, look, I'm going to educate you. This is why I'm worth this. And it's not because, but it's not because, oh, hey, I'm going to make you an open house flyer, right?
Well, I want to put it this way too.
Okay.
I'll spin it to you this way too.
Okay.
So for me personally, right,
Okay.
I am not freaking rolling in the dough and got millions of dollars, and it's nothing like that, man. So this whole thing about agents make too much money, dude, if you really broke down what we make, like if off of one average price house, like dude, we're making like $3 an hour, you know what I mean? And that's not even like 24 hours a day. That's literally, we don't, because you got to think we're doing anywhere from 35 to 50%. It's coming out just for taxes, let alone your brokerage fees if you got brokerage fees, let alone if you got this or that. What about my gas? How many houses did it take me? Did I show you 20 houses? How many tanks of gas I burned through? Yeah. You know what I mean? How many phone calls? How many hours did I spend talking to people? Like, it's not even. Okay, so with that, it's. If somebody was dead set on me just cutting whatever they're going to pay me in half or more,
right,
to get this listing, I would give them a high five and say, hey man, good luck, I hope it goes well.
Right.
Because here's the thing, they obviously do not appreciate me at all.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking at me as a straight up tool and not like in a tool in my toolbox. No, like as a tool, because they just think they can just make me do whatever.
Yeah.
So one, homie's not playing this game. Like, I have way more self-respect in this. Two is, again, I'm worth much more than that. As an asset on their side, I'm worth a lot more. Three, I do have a good reputation, and people do try to go out of their way to try to get a deal done on my houses, because the people want to work with me.
Yeah.
The other side of that is going to be, again, I guess overall, I just know my worth. And I don't want to work, because that person is going to want me to work for a pay level down here, but is going to, even if we agreed that I'm only doing one or two things, you better know damn well that freaking they're going to be asking for a freaking, a workload or whatever you want to say, a support of up here when that's not even what they're wanting to pay, but yet they agreed to it or whatever, and then they're still going to want you to do all these things above and over the moon, like, and I'm gonna lose time with my family. I'm gonna freaking like it's everything, and they're gonna be the ones calling me at 10 o'clock at night, and because I don't pick up the phone at 10 o'clock at night, they're gonna be bitching me out the next day, and I'm gonna be like, you know what, dude, what do you want from me?
And it was very frustrating because Chris Holderman we had a buyer. Okay. Chris was like saying, oh, hey, because he had me on speaker. Says, hey, these people are approved with so and so, yep.
And she said,
Yep.
time lost of family.
These buyers are pre-approved with this company, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was a little high. Talked to my dude. So I called him, or he called me. I ran the numbers, and I was like $200 cheaper. I was like, we went a different route. They were doing conventional. I said FHA. And you know what? Till this day, they hit me up, and like they would hit me up, then ghost me, hit me up, then ghost me. And I told Chris, I was like, I don't know what they're doing. So I was like, I don't. You let me know what they decide to do. And I remember out of nowhere, it didn't even say, oh, hey, sorry, we're going back and forth. It was, I need numbers on this house. And I was like, and dude, this was like almost like 9 o'clock at night. And I was so upset because I'm like, you don't even have the courtesy. Because like, I don't know if you're using me or not. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, why should I stop what I'm doing, spending time with Carmen, to stop what I'm doing to run numbers for you if I don't even know you're using me? If it was a done deal and I knew you guys were making an offer on a house, absolutely. Here you go.
Totally different story.
Yeah, totally different story. But the fact that I had to do this and then didn't say anything. Then literally a week later, hey, I'm trying to find the best deal. I just need your fee worksheet on this house. We're under contract. And so I straight up told him, I'm like, look, here's where I'm at. I was like, if you want to send me what they have, I'll be more than happy to tell you. And you know what? The other lender, once they saw my fee sheet, they cut me in places. I didn't even bother to explain it to them because I was like, hey, man, you know what? They got me beat. Congratulations. Go with them. I suggest you get that rate locked in today. And I let it be. Because I knew they didn't care about time. They didn't care about – again, like you said, they wanted to use me to get numbers ran where their other lender couldn't. Or wouldn't. And at the end of the day, oh, I want the best deal. Okay, well, if you can't respect my time and on the weekends, late at night, and you didn't want to go with me, okay, there you go.
And I guess my final statement, and I've said this to several people.
Carmen says, yeah, I require a lot.
That's right, Carmen. They, another statement too that I've said to many people is when they say, "Oh, we make too much money," or "We do this," that, and I just look at them like, "Well, class starts every week. You can always go get your own license." Because if you're mad because you think we make too much money, then why aren't you doing it?
Yeah. No, I agree. So yeah, but again, I personally think though, man, like the social media, the presence of social media and how strong it's used. I mean, it's always been strong, but now we're just coming up on an age where that's the predominant platform for everything now, right? So,
but there's just so much. There's so much. I would say half truths or misleading statements.
Okay,
like it's insanity, man.
But think of it like this. Okay, our attention span and our attention to detail, I feel like each year just dwindles. It dwindles.
So one of the last studies I was looking at, and there's a bunch of them. I was listening. Well, it was a podcast. I wasn't reading it, but it was a podcast. And this guy had basically summed up, and I don't remember how. There was a lot. There was like probably close to 100 different studies of attention spans and how people think, whether their motivations, and it's to buy and do stuff like in all over the realms between cars, clothes, everything, right?
Yeah.
And the average attention span of somebody right now for like say under 30, let's say under 40 to 18 right now, right? It's literally about 3 seconds.
Unless you do that video of me rolling on the floor. I bet that caught your attention though. Yeah.
But that's what it is, man. Like, and it was like 3 seconds. What? And then it was like a maximum of 8.
Well, but so,
like, oh my Lord, we're dumb. We're all dumb.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Is I see plenty of posts from like people maybe went to high school or just whoever, right? People on Facebook that they'll post something and it's like somebody being charged with some crime, and then they would write a caption above it saying, "It's beef jerky." Jamie, my buddy Patrick made beef jerky. It's a vegan beef jerky.
Yeah,
oxymoron.
So it's not oxymoron. They're grass-fed cows. They are vegan cows.
Is that the right term? Oxymoron? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like counteracts?
No,
Okay.
no, just vegan cows.
Okay, vegan cows.
They're
Okay.
vegan cows.
Okay.
They are not carnivorous cows. They are vegan cows.
But anyway, so somebody would post a picture of like, or share an article where somebody was arrested, and then they would caption this, "I can't believe this happened." I click on the article. You know when this thing happened? Like back in 2015, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
like 10 years ago.
yeah, and
you're
I'm like, dude, like, what do you mean? Like, this is old news. I'm not disregarding like what they said, but again, it goes to show you like nobody really pays attention to timeliness, details, or anything like that. So again, well, yep. This is where, so, you know, I felt like you just like dropped a turd in the toilet and just didn't flush.
Oh yeah, I
And
I sent this literally 2 seconds ago, and it's already getting everybody's like, "Is this for real?" Oh yeah, it's for real. It is for real.
Oh goodness.
Good news is their name and everything's on here, so that's awesome.
But anyways, so
Oh, this one says, "Not gonna lie, I went to find it and I could find it and could not."
well, maybe she got some backlash on it. Huh. But
Why do I know that?
I've never even heard of her.
I know who it is.
Do you?
I do. It just clicked.
Okay.
It just clicked.
Like as in you like know of her or you just know her?
Of.
Okay.
I know of that person. I know of some of their acquaintances and who their old bosses were.
Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't actually.
Okay. Well, so let's get off. Let's talk a little bit more about your auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut that one off. Okay. That's a good job.
Do you think you'll ever be an auctioneer for the cars that they sell on Needmore?
I don't know. I went to it this last time.
Did you?
I wasn't ringing or selling anything. My boss Drew, he was the one. He was there with Philip trying to.
Oh, really?
He was doing, yeah, I just showed up to hang out, just check it out and look at all the cool cars. I don't know. It's definitely something that'd be kind of fun. To be honest, it'd be a lot of fun. I just I don't know. We'll see. Like that's one of those things, man. It's kind of hard to get into that because there's dudes that are what's known as ringmen that are there. You know, they're catching the bids from everybody. They work there for a decade before they ever get up behind a mic. You know.
So Carmen said, "Let's role play an auction."
Oh God.
Oh, it's just
How do we role play an auction? That's.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's just say, all right, go ahead. This can starts off at $10.
That's an expensive can.
You're right, but people are going to buy it.
They ain't gonna buy it.
Yep.
Coop's not gonna even buy it. Look, he's freaking over here sleeping.
I'll raise my hand each time a bid goes up. Let's do it. You do it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I was like, this is
me and
stupid.
you. She said $1. No, we're going $10.
$1?
Okay.
So better that one, better that one, and two, better my two, and now three, better my three, now four, better my four, now five, better my five, and now six, better my six, sold $5. Oh shoot, hit it again. All right.
Man, everybody wants his auction for free.
I know, man. Hey, Carmen, that's $20. So
Yeah, what's your Venmo?
yeah, what's up, Emma? No, it's weird, man. Like I gotta do warm ups, man. For
She's like, it's got beef jerky backwash in it. What a ripoff.
What a ripoff. Hey, you only paid $5. I don't know what you're talking about, right?
But yeah, so when you called me yesterday, I was getting ready to do our engagement photo shoot, and so the photographer was like, you got to dip her, like dip. And she kept saying more, and then Carmen almost went limp noodle on me. And I was like, "What are you doing?" and then there was one part where she was like, the photographer was like, "Carmen, rest your shoulder." She went all the way down, and it was so drastic, man. And it was the funny. I had a good time. I did. I had a really good time. I'm excited to see the other pictures. I'll show you some after this, but they turned out really cool. The photographer sent us some of them, but it was the fact that she was like, he squats 750. I'm a dainty flower.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't expect it when she goes limp noodle on me.
That's true. You got to warn somebody.
I know.
That's how you pull a muscle.
You're right.
That's how you pull a muscle.
Yeah. But outside of that, man, I'll give you a quick update. Rates kind of spiked up.
Well, that's good.
Rates spiked up a little bit.
Well, I guess it's not good. But
no, not good.
yeah,
but,
not good.
So they spiked up a little bit. It's kind of one of those things where the feds, man, they just.
I mean, it's just gonna keep doing this, though. I mean, it's for a while. I mean, it's
you know the last one.
I mean, it's and we've talked about it. I mean, I don't know where. I don't know, man. Like I don't think it's really ever gonna go down.
Cooper's passed out. No, it will, man. But here's the problem: is the feds were talking about the issue, man, is inflation is not under control like they wanted it, and here's okay. So I don't know if you haven't listened to like this. I think it's called like the PBD podcast. Oh, dude, you gotta listen to that. Dude, they're freaking awesome. So they talk about everything. All awesome podcasts. Like I'll listen to it almost every morning. But they were talking about things that are on the horizon, man. Oh, yeah. Before I go into this, okay. So our photographer wanted us to sit on the ground, okay, and I wanted to have my arm around her, and she wanted me to hoist my leg up, like my knee, and I was like, I can't. I don't bend that way. Like I have to have both my legs straight out. I was hoping she wouldn't say crisscross applesauce because like that's long gone. Like your boy
not
can't do
happening.
that. And so I was trying to hoist my leg up, and she's like, to rest my hand on there, and I caught a cramp. And I had to get up, and I was like, I can't. I was like, I cannot. And she's like, oh, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I caught a cramp, and she was like, oh, the Charlie, I get Charlie horses, so I know exactly how it feels. I'm like, no, you don't. Oh, I got a cramp in my side, man. It hurts. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is this somebody from the group?
Yeah. There's a message, though. It says, what the hell was that chick thinking? So I bet so-and-so shit her pants. She saw this.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like,
dude, I was... Whatever. I'm going to leave that one alone. It's wrong on so many levels. Like, it's not even... It's fine. That's fine. She put it out there.
It's literally like this. See what happens. That's it. Yeah. I thought it was a good topic. I thought it was a good topic today. What do you think?
It is a good topic, except for it's just there's a lot to unpack there that I really just don't.
You're right.
Want to? Yep.
I agree. Well, that's gonna be my new job now. I'm just gonna start hunting for posts like that.
Oh, that's not hard. Now that level. Yeah.
So, well.
Dude, it's just going and going and going.
She's in complete violation.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm going to do. As soon as we're done.
Okay.
Hey, man.
That's why I get the beauty.
Fire perfect. It's out.
It's cause and effect. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect, man?
Well, hey, man, you're gonna be dumb. You gotta be tough, right? That's how the song goes.
Yeah. Or you could just be dumb and weak. That's just a really bad combo at that point, man. You know, like,
Dude, it's blowing up, man. Like I'm like, oh my gosh.
okay. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it. I think it was a pretty good, productive podcast today, and I guess we will catch you guys next week.
That's right.
And I get to watch Adam just tear into this behind the scenes, so I'm excited about this. Yeah.
He said, I'm excited about it.
We got a piece out of here. Oh, Crystal says joke.
Oh gosh. Great. You know what? We told a joke last week and you weren't here.
She wasn't here. Yeah.
So I'm
She
gonna
wasn't
tell the
here.
same one.
Joke. Okay. So
I'm telling the same joke.
you tell. Okay, go ahead and tell your joke.
All right, Crystal. This is just for you. What does a cigarette and a hamster have in common? I'm gonna wait for your reply.
She ain't gonna get it. I guarantee she ain't gonna get it.
Mary says lame. I
Lame.
love this joke. I think it's great.
I know Crystal's like thing. Like, where's the little Jeopardy music?
She says, I don't know. They're both bad for your health if you stick them in your mouth and light them on fire.
They both roll.
Okay, that's good.
They both roll.
Mary says, boo. All right, fine. For Mary, this is just for Mary. All right. 2 pretzels were walking down the road. One was assaulted. She said,
Boo. Okay. There was an elite mountain climber. What did he name his son?
An elite mountain climber?
Yeah. What did he name his son?
I don't know.
Cliff.
All right.
I don't have the option to look at it on the
Cooper's like, Dad, you're embarrassing yourself. Just stop now. Get off there. You're trying to eat. Stop. Get out. All right, hold on. I'm going to find one. Damn it. All right. This is a video. I don't even know what this is. No, go away.
Crystal didn't hear mine from last
Come
week.
on, go away. I just had them up.
Mine last week was, what did the triangle? What did the triangle say to the circle?
I like this one.
You're pointless.
It was you should have learned Lorelai's sign language. Oh, I'm not going to use that right now. That's good. All right. What do you call an illegally parked frog?
I don't know.
Toad.
Duh.
How many tickets does it take to make an octopus laugh?
8.
It says 10 tickles. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus? What the? That doesn't make sense. All right, we'll delete that one out. Do you know the story about the chicken that crossed the road?
No.
Me neither. I couldn't follow it. What do you get from a pampered cow? What the? Oh, this is kind of funny. Spoiled milk.
The tentacles.
The tentacles. Oh. Everybody got that from me. All right, whatever.
All right. See you guys next week.
All right, bye.
All right. You're gonna have better access than me because I would have over this cord. Just hit go. What? I forgot to do my countdown. Okay.
Bro, you want to talk about shots fired? I was like, dude.
I knew that would get under your skin. So I was like,
Dude, that sucker is exploding. Look. So she's in